3, 2, 1.
Oh!
That was so late. That was so goddamn late.
I didn't know that's what the counting was.
Okay.
Oh, so do it again.
Okay, we'll do it once more. Ready?
3, 2, 1.
Oh my god! How late could all of you possibly be?
I was
That
right
was-
on it.
No, you were not. I hit one with Curry, and then like 3 other claps. Who clapped twice? Who did that? Whatever.
Oh, loud.
We'll fix it in post.
Screw it. It's now a part of the podcast. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of Let's Talk, the podcast that won't stop. Your one-stop shop for video game and pop culture news. I'm SD2 Production, and with me are my 2 lovely children, Curry Son Curry and TinyBatMan.
Hello.
Hi.
And with us is our very special guest,
Yeah, that yeah.
That one person, we don't really talk about her. And
SD made a call to Estrogen Hut and they delivered to me.
No, and literally she's just been on mute and all the other podcasts. Her volume has been so
I
low
actually
that you can't
looked
hear
at
her.
the mute button for
Well,
a minute. I'm like, please don't tell me I've been on mute.
No.
it wouldn't be
It's
the first time.
MoonDreamOfA. It's MoonDreamOfA. She's a fantastic voice actress, editor, and she has an awesome channel filled with funny and interesting content.
And showbits.
And show. I thought you said showbits. And I was
said
like,
showbits.
I don't know what that was.
I probably did say showbits, but I didn't pay attention to what I was saying.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
pay attention to what you say either.
I don't do that.
A lot of us don't.
No.
Yeah, and so welcome to the podcast, and
Welcome. What
Thank you.
what he said. So yeah, it's a little strange having a guest on because I don't know where to start. So I guess we'll just start with our usual routine, which is about our weeks. So let's start with Curry. Curry,
It was
how was
busy.
your week? Okay, there you go.
Things happened. Move on.
Curry, really? That was your whole week?
Yes.
Jesus. Okay, TinyBatMan, go.
It was also busy. Like,
Jesus.
crazy busy. Like, more
Did
busy
no one
than
do
Curry.
anything?
Okay.
Also,
but-
I'm one of the few that didn't lose my internet.
That
I
is
was about
true.
to say that. I was about to say it.
Me and Curry actually lost our internet.
Internet.
And implement.
We lost our internet and our ability to speak. All in
Just
one
you.
day.
Don't lump everyone with you.
Oh my gosh,
Um,
it's like a plague on Texas or something. I don't even know. Like,
Yeah. In case anybody didn't know, me and Curry live in the land of giant bugs.
yeah.
And anthills.
And anthills.
I
And
learned
camo
about those
spiders.
last-
and cowboys.
Come
That's
on.
right.
Boy.
Literally, that's my opinion of, like, Texas is just cowboys.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. You're not wrong. Every
And-
citizen in Texas is required to own at least one cowboy hat.
And
Oh, yeah.
guns
I
and
have at
polygamy.
least
Really?
That's,
No?
Oh.
What?
see, that's just believed you.
Jesus.
Hey, I believed you when you said chicken is pronounced chicken.
Chicken.
What?
Yeah, I remember that.
I
The story is basically me and Duchess were having a conversation, and she said that she had chicken, and I went like, it's not pronounced chicken in Canada, it's pronounced chiki.
Oh my gosh.
No, you said chicken.
Chicken.
In Texas, it's chicken.
Chicken.
I got
Oh my
that chicken.
Chicken.
And I sat there for a good 5 minutes thinking about it. I'm like, no, you're kidding me.
So, yep, you gotta own a cowboy hat, and you gotta own a
horse.
Friggin',
You
gotta
have to
own a
own-
horse.
And you have to own at least one box set of either your choice of West Wing or The Wild Wild West,
Oh, and they
starring
have a,
Will Smith.
It just has to have the word West in the movie title and you're good.
Yeah,
They have a
for the
new law
movie.
saying you must own at least a season of Walker Texas Ranger. So yeah.
And we have National Jesus Day. We have Is it national or is it state? Like, is it our state literally does have a Jesus Day?
Really?
I think so. George Bush made it a thing a while back. I don't know if it's been abolished since then, but we have a Jesus Day, and we also have a because you brought up Walker, Texas Rangers, we have a Chuck Norris Day too.
Oh my gosh.
Your stereotypes are offending me. I'm just gonna go ride on my polar bear now.
Oh yeah, that totally comes together, doesn't it? It's the two Texas boys versus the two Canadian snowballs.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There we go.
I like how we're just lumped together because we're from Canada. It's not Americans versus
We're
Canadians.
lumped together because we're from Texas.
We were lumped together because you're American.
We tell our temperature in Celsius.
Just because our belt buckles reach to the floor doesn't mean that we're strange.
For real though. Just polished mine today. So.
But yeah, TB, did you really not do anything? Watch any movies? Maybe
Literally,
set a
like
fire
up to the
a
point. I did watch some movies, but up to this point, I've literally just been doing homework and sleeping.
Okay.
Like, it's crunch time. I got 3 weeks left of school, and then I gotta get a job.
Oh man, don't get me started on jobs.
I'll get you started.
That guy sucked.
Okay. I wasn't talking about that guy, but wow, what an opinion. I really wasn't, but okay. MoonDreamOfA or Duchess, aka Duchess.
Thanks.
How was your week?
Oh, I barely remember, but I think it was boring.
Jesus.
You think it was boring?
I think it was.
Did you watch any movies, play any games?
I know I caught up on a bunch of anime. Oh yeah, I've been messing around with MMD, which has been pretty fun.
Oh, great.
Oh my gosh.
Dancing time.
When characters' legs don't move and they're broken, it's pretty hilarious.
I don't know why, but when I think of MMD, I just think of caramel dancing.
That's pretty common.
Not as common anymore. It's old.
No, it's still new to me.
No.
I'm in the 90s.
Too. Apparently.
So, okay, well,
Everything
I guess
do is old.
talk about why are you talking about your act? Oh.
That guy sucked.
Anyways.
I guess I'll go into my week since nobody had one apparently.
I did. I had a week of downloading everything.
Oh, I watched Yu Yu Hakusho this week.
God damn it! Why is it you're coming up with things for your week now?
I'm sorry, but we'll get into recommendations later, won't we?
Yeah. Oh well. Okay. But I guess I'll talk about my week and how.
No one wants to hear about your week.
All right. Well, but I'm gonna talk about it anyway since it's my podcast. So.
This is mutiny. I'm taking over.
I'm not a very, like, I would say that a lot of people who watch films usually can't jump from a family-friendly film to a horror film immediately. Obviously, there's probably some spacing. But that's basically what I've been doing. I've been jumping back and forth from horror movies to family movies, and I've watched at least 4 movies during this week. I watched, the first family movie that I watched was, the Super Mario Brothers movie again, because I love that movie to death, and I can't stop laughing at everything that happens in that film. It's a bad movie. I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm just saying that it's entertaining. And then from there, I moved on to Lessons of Evil, which is this Japanese film, which is about a psychopathic teacher who goes around killing people. It's a pretty strange film. It was okay, but I don't know. I feel like there was a lot more that could have been done with it. And from there, I moved on to The Wizard, which is this old, I think 1989 film based around a boy who runs away from home with autism, who finds out that he's really good at video games and joins a video game contest. To Cannibal Holocaust.
What?
And by the name alone, because I just said this name, I have to say this. This is like law. I do not watch Cannibal Holocaust if you are not good at horror movies.
If you're not good
I'm
at
not
horror
kidding.
movies.
I'm not kidding. If you are squeamish, if you are unable to hold yourself back, if you were like at the sight of blood, at the sight of anything, honestly, do not watch this film.
Is it an asylum film? Or
It is
what?
not for the faint of heart. And
Kinda like Nazis at the center of the earth, or what?
Oh no. Think. I'll do a distinct summary. A group of documentary people go to an island full of cannibals. Done. I'm not gonna explain anymore.
Oh, I saw a
I know where
trailer
I'm going
that,
for
I
vacation.
I think I saw a trailer for that, and it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Let's just say I know what the inside of a turtle looks like. I wish I didn't.
Okay.
That dark.
I didn't expect that part, but okay.
Yeah, that bleak moment is over. And I'll move on to what I've been watching is Attack on Titan. Oh wait, that's also bleak. I've been playing Monster Hunter. Yeah.
Monster Hunter 3, Monster Hunter 4.
Yeah, Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I'm going through the DLC stuff. I'm going through all the low rank ones because I'm not a high rank just yet.
Yeah, the
I
high
got-
rank Link armor is ridiculously good, and I want it.
I wanted to. I got the fan jacket.
No.
Oh, I'll help.
Fan jacket.
I will help you get it. It's really strong too. It's a rare 7 collection. Basically, all you would have to do is probably play the event quest like 6 times to get the
What?
jacket and the pants.
What rank are you though? Like online.
Oh, I actually haven't played online.
Then we can't do it.
No, we
Silly
can do it.
bomb.
No, we
Silly.
can do it. Stop!
Silly.
My bum isn't silly, damn it. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much been my week. I've just been jumping from strange movies to stranger movies to anime, and been playing Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
And now that our weeks are over, let's
I'm
jump.
hungry.
That's true. Oh, wait, I forgot to bring this up. Something I'm gonna try and do for the podcast from now on is I'm gonna try and bring a different kind of energy drink, and you guys can do this too, Curry and TinyBatMan. You guys can bring one too. But yeah, the one that I brought today is Monster Rehab Tea and Lemonade. I just opened it. And
So
I'm
like
gonna
a
drink
Lindsay Lohan.
Basically.
And I like crack.
That's all she says is, I'm Lindsay Lohan, I like crack. What would you like for dinner? I'm Lindsay Lohan, I like crack. Okay, the steak and eggs. Okay.
Didn't ask for your preference, but okay.
Yes.
But yeah.
Don't
since
hold
I-
her hand or you might get high.
Just contact Ty by holding her hand. Alrighty then.
Yeah.
Smart move.
Let's move on to news. Let's go on to TV, movie, and anime news, and we'll start off with trailers. TinyBatMan, what's the first trailer?
Our first trailer is the new James Bond movie, Spectre. With Daniel Craig.
Ta-da. All right.
Stuff.
Have you guys seen Casino Royale?
Yes.
No.
I've
Nothing.
seen parts of it actually.
Okay. Cause I didn't like Casino Royale.
I saw
But
Casino Royale not in theaters. I saw it on DVD.
Yeah. Have you seen? Has any of you seen? What was the last one?
Skyfall?
Skyfall. I love Skyfall. I love that one so much.
I love
I did
Skyfall.
see
I don't
that.
like Adele.
I don't like Adele either.
I can't remember it though, but I did see it. I just can't remember the movie.
It's where like that
James
one
Bond,
guy took out his
goes-
jaw.
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh.
He was he was the first gay James Bond villain.
Yeah.
They
But
made
it
a
was
huge big
evil.
deal about that. It was really cool though too. But yeah, Skyfall was really amazing, and I can't wait to see this one because I can't wait to see Christoph Waltz as the bad guy. I think he's a fantastic actor, and I would love to see what comes from him.
Yeah.
And yeah, this trailer looks amazing, honestly.
As long as it's not like the second movie, which wasn't very good.
No. Yeah.
We don't talk about that movie.
we do not talk of that one. Or if it's not like I know it's not gonna be this because that would be too far. If it was like what is it the James Bond movie that had a Halle Berry? I can't say your fucking
that's the one
name.
with Pierce Brosnan, the Die Another Day.
Yeah, that piece of shit.
Hey man, I like Pierce Brosnan a little bit.
Was it him or
Yeah, it's Pierce Brosnan.
okay? Well, there was a
Wait.
okay. There was some weird news about another an actor who played Bond who came out and talked about some other famous actor who might play James Bond and who is English, but for whatever reason said that he wasn't English enough, which is weird. I don't know what that means, but it
He
just
doesn't
means
lift
something.
his pinky when he drinks.
I do that all the time. Shut up. It's literally a reflex. Like I'll be drinking a drink and I'll lift my pinky up, and my friends will be like, "What do you have your pinky up?" I'll be like,
Because my certificate.
And then he said, because I'm a Philip.
"I'm fancy."
I'm a fancy Philip.
And then your friend busts out a boombox and starts playing fancy.
With his new bop it and his
Oh
snapback.
god. And then he's just like, "Rad times!
Yeah. Yeah. Let's go skateboarding in the park. Yeah.
Don't forget to bring your super soakers."
You're so smooth.
I have pogs.
Did you say pot or pongs?
Pogs.
My friend tried to give
Okay.
me pogs the other day, and I refused them.
Yeah.
Like I
But
straight
you
up
can
was
get
just
in-
like no.
But you know that you can get in trouble for just holding them, right? I mean, even if it's just for a friend. Kids, don't try pongs. It's bad for you.
Bad for you.
They're just as addictive as pot. It's the gateway game.
And
God.
don't inject marijuana. That's
Don't inject it. Don't
That's bad
crumple
for
it
your
up.
health.
Burn it or boil it. Don't try and ingest it through a tube-like substance made from whatever.
Substance. A tube substance.
Anyway, the next trailer. Curry, what's the next trailer?
The next trailer is. You have to put a drum roll here.
Hope you know I'm not gonna do that.
Impossible Rogue Nation.
Nation Rogue Impossible Mission? What?
Yes.
before we talk about the
Exactly.
actual movie, I just want to say, Tom Cruise is 52.
He shouldn't be.
But he could
50.
still.
He's a
Catch a
52-year-old
plane.
Scientologist. Why is he still making
Hey,
Mission
Xenu is
Impossible?
coming, alright? Xenu is coming. And he gonna be angry you talking that smack.
All right. As much as I like to talk shit about Tom Cruise,
And Scientology in
I-
general.
yeah. I mean, I had nothing after that. I just like talking shit about Tom Cruise. So
Sorry to any Scientologists listening. I love you even though you're crazy.
yeah, secretly I'm a Pastafarian. So
I'm secretly a frog. It's really weird.
Pastafarians, where you believe in the spaghetti monster and you wear a strainer on your head. Stop politically my
The
religion.
spaghetti monster?
I secretly
Yeah,
have
look
to
it up.
sneeze,
Wait.
but I'm not telling you.
Wait a minute. Do you mean Lady Gaga fans or what are you talking about?
Wait, you guys actually don't know about this?
No, I know what you're talking about. I just assumed that you're also a fan of Lady Gaga. Am I wrong to assume that, TinyBatMan?
I was when I was, in junior high. I was a weird kid.
You were high in
I
juniors?
feel
Yeah,
Wait, what?
so old right now.
Or sorry, middle school.
You
for
know what? I do
Americans.
too. What happened to good old-fashioned religion, like the old ones? I am a huge fan of Cthulhu. I still believe in the old gods. Why is it my old love for them not have been taken by the modern age? You know, like all of this crap, like Christianity and Judaism. Like the real old religion of all faith must be Cthulhuism.
Yeah.
What are we talking about? Let's not talk about religion.
Okay, Mission
I feel like
Impossible.
we're really getting in trouble when we start talking about religion.
I like how he apologizes to the Scientologist, but he calls Christians and Buddhists crap.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
if he doesn't apologize to the Scientologist, they'll just sue him. So
I literally, but did you not hear when I called him crazy after I apologized? Anyway,
I have selective memory, shut up.
Mission Impossible. The last one was really good and I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see this. It looks like Tom Cruise is doing more crazy shit again.
yeah.
And, you know, actually, I don't know if this is right or not, but I heard that Simon Pegg actually wrote a bit in this new film. So I can't wait to see it just for that. I think Simon Pegg is doing a lot of writing for a lot of huge films, especially action films. So that's going to be interesting to see.
I mean,
He good.
Simon Pegg is one of my most favorite actors. ever.
Definitely one of mine.
But he's only 45. He's not 52. He should be the action star.
What are we talking about again? I blanked, I'm sorry.
Liam Neeson's like
Impossible.
Liam Neeson's like 60, and he
No,
just
Liam
started
Neeson's like 30. Shut up.
Liam Neeson looks 60. Harrison Ford's still doing shit, and that freaks me out too.
Yeah, but he got in a plane crash, so
It doesn't matter, dude. He's been in 3 other plane crashes. It hasn't gotten him yet.
true that. I think they took his pilot's license away though.
Thank God.
They grounded him just like
Like-
you don't know how to fly. Stay the fuck on the ground.
I wonder if he made an excuse, like if they got him out and they were like, "What happened up there?" And he's like, "There was a snake in here. I hate snakes." It's like, Indy.
Na 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 na.
All right,
off into the
on
sunset.
to the next trailer.
We
Please,
did not even
Duchess.
talk about Mission Impossible, did we?
Oh, we did.
We mentioned
Well, I mean-
Simon Pegg, and that was it.
Well, okay. Well, the new Mission Impossible, basically, MI is under attack. It seems to be going under in a new sort of secret nation of mercenaries is coming after Tom Cruise and the gang, and
Who wouldn't
looks-
go after Tom Cruise?
Apparently,
I don't know. I don't know if that's like a stab at Tom Cruise or you're secretly in love with him, because that could have gone either way. Am I
You'll
alone
never
here?
know. You will never know. Maybe
Duchess-
it's like a love-hate
Duchess
relationship. Like, I
Chuck-
hate him so much that I took a stab at him.
Dutch's entire motto is built on the Tootsie Roll. Or no, like the Tootsie Pop motto. The world will never know.
The world
That's the
may
Tootsie
never
Pop
know.
motto.
Yeah, have you never seen those commercials where the owl is like there and the little boy's like,
Owl.
"How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?" Well,
Let's
let me
find
see. The 1,
Is this just
2,
an
and
American
he bites
thing?
it. Yeah. Oh my God, you really never seen those? They're
I don't think
old.
me and Duchess have ever seen that because we're Canada.
No, but
Yeah.
but Tootsie Pops are everywhere.
Yeah,
It's
they're
an
Have you
old
ever
everywhere, but
seen
they
the
didn't
Yup
advertise them.
commercial?
Yes,
You haven't seen the Yup commercial.
I've seen a yap.
Yup.
You're a yap.
All right.
You're a
Anyways,
yak.
Do you know what a Yahoo
Cow.
is? Okay, never mind. See, I knew this would happen.
the new
This is
Mission
why you
Impossible.
Don't invite me to the podcast.
Let's
New
talk about Mission
looks
Impossible.
Awesome. Check it out when it comes out. I don't know. Probably
No,
within
it
next
looks
year.
terrible.
I mean,
Oh.
it has car chases. What else could you ask for?
I hate action movies because they're so political and I just zone out. And I'm just
Political?
like, if I wanted to.
What the hell? This is what do you?
I say
Political.
political.
You
Yes,
said
you did.
political.
You know that if you sound,
so-
if you're trying to make a point and you sound dumb, it completely mutes your entire point, right? Like, I hope you know that.
I forgot.
Darn the
How did-
politicalness of action films.
It's very political.
It's
But-
not, though. The entirety of the thing is just this group of people wants to get Tom Cruise, and that's basically it.
I hate everything.
I think if
Anyways.
anything,
It's in theaters July 31st.
it looks great. I suggest people check out the trailer. It does look fantastic. All the stunts in it look great. Tom Cruise, he's there.
He's 52. He's old. Next
yeah.
movie, it'll just be Mission Impossible. I forgot my walker.
I hope this is the end. I hope Tom Cruise doesn't do another Mission Impossible. I hope somebody else takes the reins.
Yeah, like Benedict Cumberbatch.
Dear
Just
God,
kidding.
no.
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 Just kidding. Never make that a thing.
Just kidding.
It would just be snarky and just uninterested in everything.
And then thinking he's Khan and whatever. Anyways.
But let's move on to the next film, Piku, which is a. Am I saying that right?
I think so.
Yes.
Piku, which is
Let's
an
go with
Indian Indian film. It's a romantic comedy with a little bit of family values here and there. It's a really interesting film. It's a road trip film, and it's about it's about them driving to where? Are they
It's the
going?
Indian version of Puka.
Is it?
What's Piku?
No.
Oh my gosh.
We all just take Duchess's word for it. Just
Yeah, I've seen it. I got to go to the
Yes.
pre-release.
yeah.
Yes, I've seen Paku too. What?
Did I throw everyone off?
I have no
Good.
idea
I
what you're
think he
talking
broke
about.
Curry.
It was really good. Yes. Listen to Duchess. Yes. I agree
Yeah.
with him.
In actuality, I didn't like. If we're gonna go into this, I'm gonna just say this. I really didn't like the English voice acting in Paku. What is it? Ponyo.
What?
I thought about Ponyo all of a sudden.
Ponyo? Dang it.
Oh my god.
Ponyo.
That is not what we're talking about.
Whatever.
What is this podcast
Paprika.
anymore?
Stay on topic,
paprika.
ST.
You stay on topic, goddammit. Okay, let's get into this. We've all seen the trailers. What do you think?
It's a lot of poop.
Yeah, there was a lot of that.
There's
Which is
Looks pretty
funny
crappy if you ask
because-
me.
well, there's a lot of like broken English along with it. So
That's
they'll like
true.
half be in English and half be in like I don't know the language, but
Indian.
yeah, I guess yeah. Shut up.
Hindu.
Whatever. I don't
Yeah.
want to be insensitive. I don't want to trigger people, but
They
Uh,
speak the Hindi.
Really?
Or something?
no, I don't care. But
I don't care about
but anyways,
people's feelings
it
or
looks
their
like
background.
pretty funny. I mean, Bollywood productions are like really big
Definitely.
compared to
And
Hollywood productions.
This seems
like-
like a, but this very much seems like a Hollywood film.
Yeah, well, because they're basically the same thing. One's just in a different language. It's not. It's not at all low budget. It's just.
I know that. It's such a like. I don't know. It seems very short to me also because it seemed like a lot of valid scenes were just exposed. Like
Explode.
this was one of those trailers that showed way too much. The trailer was way too long and it wasn't vague enough.
Well, you know my opinions on that.
Yeah. It is look funny. It does look like it's a lot of interesting. I'm just gonna break this right now. We all enjoy various of films and stuff. I mean, we all watch anime. That's basically what I mean. Is like we all watch another region's art and films and TV shows. And I'm sure that we've watched an Indian show at one point or something like that. And this I can follow this kind of like this looks really good. I actually am really looking forward to seeing this. I'm not exactly sure whether or not this will be coming out to the States. If anything, it will be subtitled, which I'm
It'll
totally
probably
fine
be in
with.
like a Bollywood theater somewhere. It won't be in actual theaters, but
Yeah,
if anything, it'll definitely be probably released online.
definitely. And it looks great. I actually really enjoy a lot of the acting and a lot of the funny bits, which again, too many. I guess Bollywood, too many Bollywood. Calm down. It was really funny, and although too much in the trailer, I thought that was pretty. It sold me. So Piku.
Doom, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Curry, stop it. You're scaring
Curry,
children.
is that really like Indian?
It's actually an Indian song.
Okay, good, because I think we've literally, like, just because Duchess is here, we've literally made fun of religions, various races, and like we're just completely off topic on two huge topics. Let's try and stay on track here.
Okay. Next movie.
All right. Next movie. The next movie is Teacher of the Year. It's an indie film, and it stars various comedians, and it's the film of a. It's basically the simple life of the teacher throughout, and it looks really low budget, but really funny. I think very sincere as well.
It kind of takes that like interview aspect of a movie and like
Think The Office or Parks and Rec.
Except in a school with Key from Key and Peele and some other actors that I didn't really recognize.
If anything, there's not that many, but definitely the people that they have are funny and very interesting. I am looking forward to this one as well. I'm not a huge fan of this kind of style of visual and direction. I don't know, when you watch the trailer, you'll see that a lot of it's very shaky and very distinct. Obviously, pointing out the fact that it's sort of in a documentary way, but at the same time, when you look at like The Office or you look at Parks and Rec, the way that they shoot it, it still looks like a documentary, but it's so well put together. It's so like still shot, and everything is well put together. Everything is in its proper place. This looked a little too messy for me. The direction is very wild.
Yeah, it looks pretty thing, but they got Key from Key and Peele. Though.
Yeah, no. I bet it's really funny, and that's pretty much what I'm looking forward to the most. It's just the comedy. So this looks like a really great film. What Curry, you saw it. What did you think of it?
At first, I really thought it was gonna be like a spin-off movie from the skit Substitute Teacher that he was like.
Well, yeah,
that is still being discussed, actually, that film. But this film in particular, what did you think? Would you watch it?
Oh yeah, I would watch it.
Did you ever see The Office or Parks and Rec?
Oh yeah, I've seen a little bit of The Office. Yes.
You should watch Parks and Rec. Definitely. It's on Netflix. It's really good. I promise you. You just have to get through that first season though, and then you get to the good part.
Yeah.
MoonDreamOfA, what did you think?
I don't think I'd watch it. It looks like it was shot on my Canon Elf. No.
What?
On what?
My Canon Elf Power Shot. It's a little compact camera.
Can you repeat that? What?
You tell me.
Canon Elf Power Shot.
Because you said it slower, it still sounds dumb. What are you talking about? What is a Canon Elf?
It's a little compact camera.
Oh, you thought it was shot with a bad camera.
Okay.
Yeah, just there's the dimensions, and I don't know. There's something about it where it throws
like
me
a
off. Where I feel like I could be
GoPro or
watching
something.
this in my film class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The direction is a little too wild. It makes it look way too shoddy. It doesn't try to make it look
Shoddy.
decent.
It's like him saying "shoddy" is like you accidentally spelled another word, like misspelled
Shorty.
another word.
Shoddy.
O is right next to I, so I don't know what you're trying to say there, man.
What?
Get it? What?
I don't know what. Okay, we're off topic again. You guys are weird.
I was trying to say shitty
What?
because O and I, misspelling and moving on.
At some point, one of us is gonna say a bad word, and I'm not gonna apologize. It will be me. It will be towards you.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to bleep that out, by the way.
All right. Next trailer.
Wait, we have to bleep that out? Why do we... Never mind. Next trailer, yeah. TV, you take the reins here. What is it?
This is Jew on the Grunge. Jew on the Grudge. Jew on the
We're all
Grudge.
having off
A
days.
new
Jew
trailer
on the
just came
Grudge.
out, and it's honestly, it doesn't reveal anything. It's all in
Japanese text.
Text.
Yeah. This isn't really a trailer.
It
It's a
shows,
teaser
like-
trailer.
June.
It's just establishing the fact that this is a long-running series, and we're finally coming to the end. This is honest. And in case anybody ever thought that there really is a coherent story throughout the Ju-On series, there really isn't. The Ju-On series is literally just been a variation of stories compiled together in each film. I think recently we've seen a bit of story go into play, but more or less we're going to see more of the same. And Ju-On is actually one of the last of the old Japanese horror franchises that I actually think holds up very well. Two other movies that I think don't hold up too well as of now is probably One Missed Call and The Ring. And in case anybody's like, what do you mean The Ring doesn't hold up? Look up the movie Sadako. When you watch that movie, you will see what I mean by it doesn't hold up. But yeah, this is ending the series. This is the final in the series.
Yeah, the teaser is only 30 seconds long. It literally displays 2 images,
It's
and then
bloody.
the rest is just text and noises.
It's bloody and it's got
Blood and text.
So if you
It's
don't
got-
speak the language, you're going to be very lost. But it's basically a confirmation that they're going to be making a new Ju-On
Ju-On.
Grudge film.
and it will be the end, and the end is near.
Yes.
Curry, what's the next trailer?
Our next trailer is Ao Oni 2.0.
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum. So, Ano Oni. The first film was released last year, and I talked about it last week, actually, how I just hated it. Ano Oni is a piece of shit. If anyone has the pleasure of seeing it, I honestly feel bad for you. I have it in HD, and I'm fucking mad at myself because it's a terrible movie, and I shouldn't have it on my computer at all. Ano Oni is terrible in every way. It's low budget to the point where you kind of wonder where all the money went. Did it go to paying that pop star who was a horrible actress the entire time, or to the horrible CGI throughout the film?
You
Now-
can't blame me for that.
Granted, I can see where they were coming from. They didn't really know exactly what they were dealing with. The story wasn't exactly there. But I think this time around, with a new director, a new writer, and basically an entirely new cast, no one from the first film is coming back. 2.0 means starting over.
Yeah.
And from the trailer, we can see that they're focusing a lot on the various other characters that are in the Ano Oni video game. We can also see that they're kind of shedding some light on the various characters that they didn't really go into in the last film. We can see that Shiro, Tatsunoko, Takeshi, and the various other characters are actually being looked into and are actually being the heroes this time, and not just passive characters. So I'm happy to say that I'm not going to be super excited about this because I'm still hurt from the last film. So I'm looking at this with a close eye, hoping for the best.
Just hoping.
Ano Oni 2.0, the trailer is out. You should check it out. And, honestly, I would say probably the best thing to do is just play the game. It's free, and it's very fun. And I think the story in the game is very much
Well,
should.
I brought this up, like, Ao Oni, the trailer, it's 30 seconds long also. I mentioned this earlier, it looked like it was made in, like, Sony Vegas or, like, Windows Movie Maker or something. Probably not Sony Vegas, because you can do a lot of cool things with that, but Movie Maker Like, there's just one part where they just take PNG pictures of Aonis and just place them on the freaking screen like no one's business. And it's just weird. Like, I don't know. But
Well,
I hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm gonna point this out because I think the reason I did that, or the reason this trailer doesn't look too good, is because this was actually aired or presented during a stream. I don't remember what the stream was about. I think that the production company or the people behind this were having a stream kind of talking about the film, all the various films they're going to work on, and I think this came up, and they were like, well, check this out. And they showed
I made this in 5 minutes. Check this.
Yeah. No, I literally think that's how it went. I think one of them just went like, well, hurry, Tom, get that shit together. Like,
But
and
it's
Tom
Tom, it's
shout out.
Tatsuo, shut up.
And Tom was like, but I only have my little sister's computer, and it only has Windows Movie Maker. Like, but yeah, like, it looks really shoddy. But again, I have high hopes. What do you
I
guys...
thought the CGI model for Aoni when he was looking through the door actually looked pretty good. Like, he didn't look flat. He looked like he had texture and he popped out some.
He still looks like
Yeah.
a blown up fucking Smurf.
I think...
Yeah, I don't know why he's blue. Why is he blue, not purple?
I think the point is that I think the thing that they kind of like fucked up on is the fact that you can see him so clearly. Right? I mean, how terrifying would it be if you saw that CGI creature but in the dark and like far away or from like a visually trying to make the creature seem more terrifying
wait.
than it is. It just looks like a CGI blob running around. I've seen the film. That's literally what it is.
Kind of looks like Barney's chewing gum on steroids.
Oh god.
But yeah, that's on Oni, and that's it for movie trailers. Let's move on to announcements. TV, I know you are super excited about this next one, so I'll let you take over.
Alright. So, as most of you probably know by now, one of my favorite movies is Super Troopers. And
No.
they're making a second Super Troopers movie. But it's all crowdfunded off of Indiegogo. And there is $2 million in a day. And it's happening, and I'm happy, and I'm excited, and I want to see it really badly.
Broken Lizard Production has written the script. The same writers that written the script. They got all of the actors back, not to mention a few more. And they had this Indiegogo campaign out for basically 3 days now.
It's been out for about a week or so.
Alright, and in one day they'd reached their goal. And now they are past that, far past it, that they're saying that basically now they can make the best movie ever. And I believe it. Super Troopers was a fantastic film, and I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. I don't want to date this episode or anything, but they just hit $3 million.
Wow.
So
That's... Wow. That can...
in 5
that will-
days.
that's
6 days,
amazing.
actually. So
You know, it's kind of like I saw this article talking about how, you know, should celebrities crowdfund films, and the two subjects in hand was the Super Troopers 2 Indiegogo campaign and the Kickstarter campaign for the Veronica Mars movie. Now, the Veronica Mars movie that just released is actually really good and was really well put together. And I think that the crowdfunding for it was actually really well done. Like, everybody got a piece of the pie, everybody got the rewards that they deserved, and the film did get done, and everything they promised was promised. It was fulfilled. And I feel like the fact that that Hollywood people want to make these amazing films and are trying their hardest, and they seem to not be able to do it through traditional Hollywood means. I think it's fine that they try Kickstarter, Indiegogo, because, you know, it lets the fans, the actual people who would want to see it and who would pay money to see it, to pay money for it to be made.
It's not okay if a shitty movie does it.
No, you're right. Like, as much as I love the Steve Odin, I can't remember his name, but the guy behind Kong Pao, I would not want anybody to send him money for more Thumb World.
Or if there was
things.
Or if there was an Indiegogo campaign for The Room 2.
Oh, I would pay for that.
A lot of people would pay for it, but it's a shitty movie.
You're right. More or less, it would be shitty if during the Room 2 Indiegogo campaign, Tommy Wiseau was like promising all these crazy things and then never fulfilled them.
Actually, you know what?
And then the Room 2 is just him standing in a room and going, Lisa! And that's it.
Oh my gosh.
Just over and over again. Lisa!
But yeah, Super Troopers 2 is happening. Everybody get excited. And believe me, just go to their Indiegogo campaign page. You'll see everything. The link below will show you a full article, not to mention a nice trailer or announcement video that they created for their campaign.
Yeah, it's worth it. I wanna see that movie, so you better make it happen, people. Okay?
Do it for TV here.
Yeah, just me. Maybe Duchess.
No.
No.
Don't do anything for me. That's feminism.
Feminism?
Check your
Or
privileges.
feminist. I don't know. That's sexist.
That's feminist.
Girl power all the way, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus. Duchess is slowly turning into the ad campaign for the Spice Girls movie. Girl power! Are you Scary Spice or are you Baby Spice? You can't be Posh Spice. I'm Posh Spice. That's how this works.
Fight me.
TB is Sporty Spice.
Paprika.
You're
TB's Old Spice.
Well, Miss MoonDreamOfA, why don't you tell us what the next bit of news is?
We're not on video games.
Oh,
Hold on.
it's literally in a list.
I know, but I know.
Start
It's a Robotech live action. I didn't even know that was happening.
Well, so much for reading.
I know. Wow. Sony picks up the Robotech live action film rights. You heard me right. Sony has literally has picked up the rights to the Robotech live action film. Does this mean that there might be a Robotech live action film in the near future, or is this a long-term thing? Or will it be in production hell alongside Akira, the live action movie, Space Cowboy, the live action movie, the various animes that have pretty much been promised to us since, I don't know, back in the 90s.
It's almost been 10 years. What's another 10?
I know. So, is this something to happen, or is this just gonna die out? We never know. Is Sony gonna fulfill its promise? Does this really mean anything? It's up to debate. And, that's why we're here, to debate.
It's probably gonna die like a moldy loaf of bread.
Well, I'm reading the article here, and it seems that they got the franchise producers from Immortals and 300 to do a screenplay. But
that's usually how it starts, though, because there's also, the Space Cowboys film actually started that way. It was like there was a screenplay. There were two actors that are already signed on. It was Keanu Reeves and I think Tommy Lee. And I think the Akira movie also went through that too, where I think Leonardo DiCaprio just recently signed on, and I think a screenplay was in the hands of like the producers, but it just never went anywhere. So
yeah, hopefully they do something, or else we'll just have to say "fuck you, Sony" a bunch more times.
Yeah, if anything, hopefully this will happen, and it will be cool, and hopefully it will live up to the anime.
Yeah.
A lot of Robotech love here. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't remember anything of Robotech.
Me
neither. I watched it. Nothing.
It's very old. Like it's
Yeah, it was around the
1985.
Yeah.
So before I was born, about
it was
10
around
years,
the time of Gundam. That's all I know for a fact.
Yeah, it was before all of us were born. It's
Basically
got an 8.6 in IMDb though, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hopefully, so hopefully Sony does something with this. I'll come up with the next bit of news. Everybody be excited because the fantastic writers of the Hannibal TV series are going to be writing the script for the latest Friday the 13th reboot. So, yes. In case anybody didn't know, I love the Hannibal TV series.
Yeah, because you like people eating people. It's spooky.
I do. I enjoy eating people out all the time. Anyway, that came out completely wrong.
Yep, don't take that out of context, but totally take it out of context.
Don't make a video of me saying eat out and then, put like creepy music in the background or like the Root, Sandstorm.
So do we know that Curry's dead, or are we ignoring that?
Curry's dead?
Curry is not dead. He's just... Oh my god, he is dead. Curry died.
I didn't realize he's just like, why aren't you guys talking?
No, you know what? That's completely possible because if anybody here who's seen the last episode knows for a fact, Curry did not talk to us until halfway through it. Like he didn't realize his mic was on.
Off.
Yeah, it's just silly. Oh my god, Curry, what a time for your internet to shit out.
Charge 500.
I'm calling him, but whether or not he picks up, somebody send him a message telling him to call. I'm gonna continue to talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Hannibal TV series. I've been a huge fan from the very beginning. The first 2 seasons are just fantastically well written, and that's why I'm excited, because the Friday the 13th series has been undergoing so many things. There have been talks about a television series in the works, talks about all kinds of variations, continuing from the last reboot that we've seen, or continuing the storyline from the last series. Ultimately, I'm happy with the fact that there's a new reboot in line. I'm happy with the idea of the Hannibal writers to take a hand at this. And, Friday the 13th, the last movie, the reboot that they just had, was actually really well put together, because more or less Jason wasn't this immortal walking death machine. He was more or less just a guy who lived in the woods, and we got to see traps that he would place. We got to see him living in an area, like we got to see, basically he was just a mountain man, and everything that he did was really cool and interesting, and like the way that he killed the kids would be in fun and interesting way. So hopefully we get to see
fun for the whole family.
Yeah, so when Friday the 13th comes out, bring your kids, bring your dog, bring
they
your
won't
pet
be scarred
goldfish.
for life or anything.
He's like a murderous man tracker.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't have a horse.
But
He's Bear Grylls with the hockey mask, basically.
And a chainsaw. Wait, is he the one with the chainsaw?
No, but good guess there, Duchess. He's the one with the machete. I'll just let you have
okay.
Freddy's the one with the glove.
And the hockey mask.
So is Michael Jackson, but we're not talking about music here.
Anyways, Hannibal, they did a really good job on the gore in Hannibal, like portraying, him eating people. It was weird, but they did a really good job of it. So I'm hoping that it'll transfer over to the new.
You're really good at eating people. You're hired.
Yeah, basically. Well, Freddy doesn't, or not Freddy. Jason doesn't kill any or doesn't eat people. He just kind of kills everyone.
Yeah. So I honestly I want the basics out of the way. Maybe even try some. The reason I'm bringing it, I'm very excited is more or less I'd like to see more or less more of the same, but at the same time change it up. Have you guys ever seen Cabin in the Woods?
No, but I have.
No, but I've been in one.
Seen the CinemaSins for it, so kind of.
So
I know what the movie is about.
All right. Well, the premise is taking something old and recreating it into something more interesting, and the weirder and weirder it got, I would like to see something like that.
Yeah, but
Jason taken to like the fifth degree in an interesting way.
Yeah.
Like not exactly as comedic or as psychotic as that, but somewhere in that direction. I would say Evil Dead remake. Just Freddy, just make a Jason Evil Dead remake.
Yeah.
Is
Come on,
Curry
Indiegogo, get on it.
is Curry still dead?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Crystal. I sent a message on Facebook.
He's 6 feet under right now.
Well, the show must go on. So, hey TV, can you read the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the next one? Yarp.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers picks up the rights for the short film Sunday. I didn't really see this one. SC's just a dick.
It's the day after Saturday.
Yeah. So we'll just talk about that. So with Sundays.
So yeah, Sundays are fantastic.
Yeah, what I did Sunday was like
Are you really gonna go on about your Sunday?
my
You had
perfect
nothing for your
Sunday.
week, so my perfect Sunday.
All right, but
You eat-
apparently
I watched
this
The
is
Walking
one
Dead.
of
That was pretty cool.
this is one of those Kickstarter films that raised $50,000. It's sci-fi film, and it went viral on Monday. I'm technically reading the article.
The sci-fi. This is a short film that was created, in its tone and its atmosphere is fantastically well put together. It's visually striking and it's beautifully made. And these are the reasons why Warner Brothers wants to pick up this short film and make it into a feature film. So, I saw the short film. I enjoyed every bit of it. It was striking. It was interesting, and it had a strange but very convincing message. It was very it was very 2001: A Space Odyssey. It was very District 9. It was a combination of all that. The future looked crazy, and the visuals were very keen on that tone. And there was a lot of fantastic music, great visual styling. The
Yeah, it
direction
looks
is
very
well placed.
well done in the CG area.
Yeah. So hopefully Warner Brothers will, pick up this film and let the people who made it make it bigger, make it better, and that's all you really need to do.
Yeah.
Just put the money in, and these guys will definitely chop out something interesting, because from the moment that it ends, you actually feel like there's a lot more there, but they just, it's a short film, so they really couldn't put a lot. So they left it vague and open. So hopefully we'll see feature film of this nature, because I honestly mean it. Everybody go watch this short film. It's fantastic. It's beautiful. It's just pleasing to the eye.
And now Warner Brothers has their hands on it, and then they will turn it into a long movie.
Do you like the Transformers movies? Well, get ready for Transformers 7.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
Paramount.
there's-
I don't know why I'm talking about Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
TriStar.
We got Bugs Bunny.
Yeah,
main
that's true, we
character.
do. Oh, Dark Knight. Batman. I don't know.
This is
Let's move on. Let's move on to the next bit of news. Jumping from sci-fi to, sci-fi. Ready Player One is being picked up, and it's going to be directed by Mr. Steven Spielberg.
Yes.
I love Steven Spielberg.
She loves Steven Spielberg.
She wants to
love
marry him
Spielberg
20 years
Steven.
ago.
Yeah. So
Spielberg senpai.
Steven Spielberg is going to be taking on this sci-fi novel called Ready Player One, which is sort of I've never read the book, but from what I've heard, it's basically an over-the-top Tron, but in real life. And I think that's very interesting. And I like to see what the world that Steven Spielberg can create. It's set in the future. It's based around the idea of video games in real life. So I'm very interested to see how this goes.
Yeah. Well, this is based off of a novel, right?
Yes.
Usually stuff based off novels are pretty damn good. And when it comes to Steven Spielberg or Spielberg Senpai, he does
Talk about him like that.
He's my senpai. God. But he usually does a very good job of adapting the novel
Novels.
to a movie. I don't know.
He's good at making adaptations.
He's good. He's just straight up good at making movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
he's
I
pretty cool
mean,
kid.
yeah.
Like, let's take into account the fact that he could take the B movie storyline and create an interesting over-the-top film. That movie being Jaws. So I'm sure that he can take the simple video game, futuristic Tron-like world and create it something visually striking and also very humble and very. I think Steven Spielberg is really good at adapting visual, and at the same time, keeping true to the story. So, I think we're all. I think everybody who's ever read Ready Player One will feel safe with the fact that Steven Spielberg is taking over.
Also, I mean, he hasn't directed a big budget movie since Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, that's
back
true.
in like.
He's just been
2000 whatever.
producing films recently.
Yeah, so I think the last one he was producing was Interstellar,
Yeah. Oh,
if I'm not mistaken.
Jurassic Park. Jurassic World.
Jurassic World.
He produced that. If I'm correct.
But it's not out yet, though.
I feel.
I know,
like
but that
Spielberg-
was the last movie he produced.
Oh. Yeah.
Okay.
But anyways,
Let's move on to anime news.
Wait, I have an analogy.
Oh, what? An analogy?
I have an analogy.
Okay.
I feel like Spielberg is the lifeguard of, like, the director's pool. He sits on his high chair and is like, Cameron, what are you doing? Not playing with the pool. He just sits there and yells at people. Get out of the pool.
Oh my god.
There you go. Okay, let's go on anime now. We're good.
Okay. There wasn't even words.
I know. I don't know.
At some point, I heard symbols. But yeah, let's move on to anime news. Duchess, why don't you tell us what the anime news is?
English casting and Funimation English subcast. Yep.
Okay,
I have Jello in my mouth. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll do it then.
full of
Funimation just released the English dub cast for Ping Pong, the animated series, and I Want to Be the Strongest in the World. Two various animes that came out last year, if I remember. And the English dub cast looks pretty good. A lot of new voices, which I'm actually very happy for, because I think we've talked about this before, that Funimation has continued to use some of the same names over and over when it comes to their actors.
Yeah.
And so I'm very happy to see new talent come into play, and you know, it's sort of the same way I felt about Attack on Titan, how happy I am to see new voice talent come into play. So with these two series, I'm happy to see more people come out of the woodwork. Obviously, there's still some big stars out there, big stars that are in this, great voice actors. So I'm very excited to see what this comes to. I've never seen these two series.
But Ping Pong?
Just because the voice actors are good doesn't mean the anime's good.
True that. But
Well,
Ping
I
Pong,
mean,
the animation, it looks very reminiscent to the anime for the Flowers of Evil.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, the point... Well, I mean, think of it this way. They wouldn't bring it over if it wasn't good.
Wait, Duchess, you've seen
No,
the
they bring
Flowers
over
of
a lot
Evil?
of stuff. No, I've seen that snapshot where it's like, this is what it looks like, this is what it should have been.
Oh god.
It's pretty great.
It's pretty
But-
bad. It's like
Well-
stereoscopic, or I don't know.
No,
how
yeah,
to-
the lesson that I know what you're talking about, and that one is more or less. The problem with that was because what they did was they shot every episode and every scene in live action.
and then
Like the
redrew
entirety
over
of it is, yeah, and then they drew. But the ping pong animation thing is made basically on old style of animations. Think the Matrix anime. Have you
What?
ever seen that?
No.
The Matrix animated series. There's
Oh,
a
the
point in this-
Animatrix.
Yes, the Animatrix. There's a point in which there is this moving scene where the entirety of the entire scenario is basically this boy on a skateboard running away from CIA type officials, and that's basically what the animation is. It's all hyper moving. Every frame is being used. It's simple. It's not people being recreated stupidly.
Yeah, I'm just.
Yeah.
It's. Anyway. Those two are coming out for Funimation. All the voice actors are announced.
And we hope you enjoy them.
yeah.
We hope you enjoy our series.
Next up, let's talk about some things that Funimation has just picked up. Oh my god, I put two links. I put the same link.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Weird. Okay. Hold on. I'm so sorry, everybody. It seems that I've put in the same goddamn link. Do.
Are you moving on to the No Game No Life? Because that...
Oh! Oh, no. I remember what they are now. Funimation has just picked up both... has just picked up the animated series, The Disappearance of Nagito-kun. Not Nagito-chan, which is a spin-off series of the Haruhi Suzumiya series. I think that's interesting. Duchess, who did the Haruhi Suzumiya series before? The dubbing of Haruhi Suzumiya?
Dubbing?
Yeah. Was it Sentai Filmworks or was it somebody else?
I don't know. I just know who animated it.
Okay. Well, Funimation is taking over, and it seems that they will be dubbing it, and they seem fairly excited. And in fact, I think a lot of people are, because Funimation has continued to make some pretty good
Stuff
dubbing
over the
choices
years.
and taking various series that have obviously been sort of through the woodwork and have been, not well taken care of, the rights at least. Funimation will open their arms and let Haruhi Suzumiya in, and hopefully will bring something new to the table.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if Funimation actually has the rights to the original Haruhi Suzumiya series or the first movie in actuality.
I don't know. Only time will tell.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. This was some big news. I'm fairly excited to see what the series is actually be all together, because it's strange because Funimation just picked up the rights, but the anime hasn't even been aired yet, so it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if someone put the links to the right article next time.
I'm so sorry. I thought I did. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about a link that we actually do have
Okay.
for No Game No Life anime is getting a dub.
Yay.
Yay.
Sentai Filmworks is working on a No Game No Life dubbing. Thumbs up.
Yeah. I
No
haven't
Game, No
actually
Life.
seen this anime. I've seen the first episode.
Yeah.
It looks really weird, but so cool at the same time.
It's got it's very it's a combination of both Sword Art Online and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling from it.
Like the
Man.
color scheme is very JoJo, but the entire storyline is very Sword Art Online.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Apparently, it'll be in Blu-ray for a lot of
Yay.
money.
I am not gonna say anything about this anime. I enjoyed it for a bit. It's It's the same way I feel about Sword Art Online. At first, I thought it was one of the greatest animes of all times, and then it slowly declined into one of my most hated animes of all times. It's a strange feeling. It's back and forth all the time. But yeah, No Game No Life. If you enjoy it, guess what? It's being dubbed, and all the and Sentai Filmworks does fantastic work. So hopefully we'll get to see who's actually going to be voicing it. All these characters.
Yeah.
And that's it for anime news. On to the big topic at hand. The reason all of you are here. Video game news. So, let's move on to video game trailers. And I think this first one, it's a bit... I don't know.
Do you not know?
Yeah, no. I don't know how to feel about this. The first trailer is Slender the Arrival is out on the Xbox One.
It's a dumb game.
TinyBatMan is scared.
No, I'm not even scared. It's a dumb game.
TinyBatMan is terrified of Slender. He's been so ever since he was born.
Yes, I cry for him every night. And I put notes up on my room, and I collect them just so he is appeased.
You put tiny post-it notes, and you pick them off.
Yeah. But honestly, like, Slender the Arrival, it's literally... have you played it, SD?
I played it when it came on the PC 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I have it. I played it for about 15 minutes, and then I got bored.
Yeah, I beat the game, actually.
Like, it's not hard to beat, though. It's just
no, it's not.
Oh, spooky white man in suit.
I think the Slender the Arrival, I'm not gonna notch it because obviously the only reason it exists is because Slender exists. Not the character, but the game Slender.
Oh.
Which
How
is
much
basically
is this
just
game actually?
Yeah.
Go on talking. Yeah.
Slender is Slender Arrival is just a take on that with various nuances, and it takes inspiration from the Marvel Hornet series. And Slender the Arrival was basically just a take on that. What really makes me feel uncomfortable is the fact that this isn't like a PC game anymore, that it's going to be on the Xbox One, and I don't know.
Yeah, well, the game costs $11. For a game you can literally
it looks like it costs $11. Like, it looks terrible to
I
me.
On the PC, it looks fantastic, actually.
It looks pretty good for what it is, but it's a game where you literally like will play it for an hour and then get bored of it and never play it again.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Can you look up how much it is on Steam?
I did. It's $10.99 Canadian.
Okay, how much is it on the Xbox One?
I'll probably start off something like $14.99.
See, that's what pisses me off, is the fact that, like, I'm not gonna say that this is a good game. This is not what it's about. The fact of the matter is that this is originally a PC game that's perfectly fine on the PC, because guess what? There are people who play this, and people play this for the sheer stupidity of being scared by a man in a suit. And and the fact that what made it really terrifying is just that it's a PC game, and that's literally what it is. You're moving things with your mouse. Now I'm moving things with my thumbs. Like, it doesn't feel the same. It just feels gross.
Oh, sorry. It is only $10 on Xbox. I just looked it up, so
I don't know.
But it's still like, I don't know. Everyone says it's a good game. It just doesn't appeal to me at all. Like, I get
jump scares are cheap.
It's literally like the part of like the good thing about games like Amnesia or something like that is that you're immersed in it, and after you close the game, you're like, "Fuck is that noise?" Like, but But with Slender, it's literally just spooky.
The bottom line is just that Amnesia is a game that I wouldn't mind seeing come to the Xbox One or the PlayStation 4. Amnesia takes the idea of tones and a long-standing story. Yeah. It takes a full story and it immerses you, like you just said. Slender is this one-off thing that you do with your friends one afternoon.
Yep.
basically, it's just a cheap play. It's obviously trying to I don't know if Microsoft allowed this. I don't know if this has been a long time coming, but this is obviously there just for the sure fact of, hey guys, you remember that scary game that PewDiePie played? Now we can play it on my Xbox.
Xbox.
My
Everything's
Xbox.
big.
I can't afford an Xbox, so
I can't wait for Slender the Arrival on the Nintendo 3DS.
yeah.
Anyway, so enough of that. Slender's out. If you want to play it, I guess, do what you want. I
Just
don't recommend
download the
it.
free first Slender game. It's like,
It's basically the same, yeah.
yeah, it's a lot
Or,
less stupid
you know what?
because it's
Honestly,
free.
if you really want to terrify yourself, I suggest watching the Marvel Hornets series on YouTube. That's basically what Slender the Arrival is based off of. The Marvel Hornet series is a lot scarier and is a lot more interesting than, 15 minutes alone in the dark
Yeah.
with your Xbox controller.
Yeah. Well, speaking of scary games, let's talk about a good freaky game, Mortal Kombat X.
Yay!
And
Duchess, the queen of fighting games over here. Are you excited about MK?
No, I do not like that series.
You hear that, everyone? Duchess is super excited to be a part of the MK series. She will now be full-time player. She will be perfecting the character Sonya Blade, obviously.
10 out of 10.
Like,
Too
10 out of 10.
overpowered.
10 out of
Listener.
10, Mortal Kombat 10, 10, 10, 10.
like watching the trailer, if they do the thing where like when they're chopping people and they do the quick like X-ray type thing, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. But I really don't like the character designs. Like I don't know. They're all big and they all have like really boring costumes and
Well, that's because
gore
like
looked really
with
fake.
the Mortal Kombat lore, if you like change their costumes a little bit, like
Well,
people
yeah, I know
will
it's
freak the hell
old.
out.
Yeah,
That's what they
it's
looked
like-
when they made it, but
Like when you
In that
think
aspect,
about-
Killer Instinct takes the cake because Killer Instinct, like when they redid it off of the original consoles on the Xbox One, they had a lot more leniency with what they could change.
Like, Mortal Kombat goes hand in hand with King of Fighters and Street Fighter, in the Street Fighter series, where it's you can't change too much because the fans will riot. The fact that this is a long-standing series, the fact that this is the 10th in the series is terrifying enough for anybody.
It hasn't been done by Midway since 2008, since they went under. So
True, but what I'm trying to say is just that the character design, you can't really do much with it. If anything, the default designs that they have on in the trailer, you could probably switch it out for a much cooler, interesting design later on through the DLC or even in game.
Yeah.
But no, the big thing here that I'm fairly excited for is the fact that, hey, Mortal Kombat has an interesting story.
yeah,
I really like the story that's coming out of this. Duchess, you haven't seen the other trailers, unfortunately, so you don't.
Well, to be honest, I've never even played Mortal Kombat, but like, I know what it's like, I guess.
That's where the difference comes into play, because this isn't like the other Mortal Kombats, where the other Mortal Kombats had very stupid and over the top, storylines, which I'm gonna say, we're just there for flash. It's like a Godzilla film it's not something huge. You're just there to play the game. Whereas this, it seems very interesting. It's in the future. It has all the characters coming back. Interesting storylines to be played. Various characters are coming into the fray. There's so much here in story that it's kind of like, oh crap, they're really trying to make something interesting here.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm really excited for Mortal Kombat. I'm excited to see how the story comes together, and I can't wait for Duchess to kick my ass in it. I don't.
I'm not buying that game.
Duchess has just announced that she will be top Scorpion player in the world.
She actually just pre-ordered the
The
collector's
definitive.
edition.
She's gonna be playing Jason.
If they put Lily from Tekken in there, maybe. Or Zelda. If they put Zelda in there, yeah, sure, I'll buy it.
Yes,
Zelda.
because Zelda ripping out someone's
Zelda.
trachea is definitely a thing I want to see.
Right? Ura. Just Zelda with her stand. That's all I want.
Yeah. Dora the Explorer
I thought about
2011
buying
team.
that game. I forgot.
What the JoJo's Bizarre Adventures
Do they
All-Star.
still have that at the PSN?
Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They have
I need to buy
both
that.
the PlayStation 1 old remake, and they also have the latest one. I mean, buy what you want. I would rather buy the old one. The old one's faster, much more well put together. The new one's kind of slow, but I don't know.
I think I said I wouldn't buy it until like they finished the animation because I saw there were characters in there that I hadn't seen and I don't.
Oh
read
no,
manga.
that the game, the All-Star game goes all the way, like through all the parts. Like you will literally finish off well, not all in completion, but you'll probably finish off a majority of JoJo with that game. Well, where am I go? Oh, all right. On to the next one. It's time for some more horror games.
Yeah.
Stiffed is a sound-based horror game.
Stifled.
I
Stiffed.
cannot read, in case anyone knew.
And I'm the one with dyslexia.
I wrote the word and I don't know. Stifled. Thank you, Duchess. Is a sound-based horror game that is the spiritual successor of another creepy horror game. And yeah, it's a Chinese horror game, and basically there's a trailer in the link below, and I'm all for all new kinds of interesting ways of horror. I like the idea of sound-based horror games.
Well,
I know a few.
It looked cool. Like,
Have you ever
yeah.
played the
Different.
game Devil's Tuning Fork?
Yes. Oh my God, that's exactly what I was gonna
Yeah.
talk about. Is that there are games like that are so well put together, and I think that this game kind of shows promise, because whereas that is just just the sound alone, this has. I'm not
Some
gonna say
creepy elements
story,
to it.
but it has a lot of creepy elements. Like, it's so simplistic in the beginning, and then suddenly becomes horrific, which I
Yeah.
think is a fantastic.
Looks like a minimalist game, but apparently it's not. So
No, so
And
It
you can
looks
use your
great.
microphone to use echolocation, which is cool.
that's fantastic. That's interesting. I'm sure a lot of people will find that. I would love to do that.
I can
are
just
we sure that's a
imagine.
good idea?
I-
Just hitting your mic and eventually.
I
having
could
to
just
buy a new
imagine
MIDI.
like Duchess like playing this game using echolocation, like ka ka
And all the sound waves are,
Echo.
and all the sound waves just form a bird for no reason.
No one's be like, "What are you doing, Duchess?" Playing video games, call.
It's immersive. You don't understand. You're old.
It's a new interactive experience.
Check out this.
I am-
Check out this VR headset. It's just like her glasses taped up to a
It's a
helmet.
virtual boy.
I have these heart-shaped glasses that go from like pink to blue. I could totally tape those on with my mic and be like, "Mom, it's the game. I swear."
You die in the
But
game,
yeah,
you die for real.
But Stifled looks great. I think I'll definitely pick it up when it comes out.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about any kind of game that takes any kind of new and innovative way in the genre of horror. And besides all of that, let's get into delays. Well, guys, the big announcement a while back is that Zelda for the Wii U is going to be delayed. It will not be coming out in 2015 like it was originally announced to be. It will now be in 2016. This isn't too much of a change in my opinion. I think Zelda coming out in 2015 was too quick, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, this year alone we got Hyrule Warriors, which, like, damn,
Well,
2 Zelda games in one. No, thank you.
technically 2014, but with a Zelda game, it's definitely all about the polishing, especially when they're implementing a new open world mechanic, which
Yeah.
they haven't delved into.
No,
And it also gives me time to buy a Wii U because I don't have one of those.
that is true. I also
I
do not.
still haven't finished Twilight Princess. I need to do that.
Strange enough, I haven't finished Skyward Sword.
I played Skyward Sword for an hour and then sold it.
it's a shitty game, I know, but I am basically hurting myself by playing it and trying to finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zelda Wii U. Honestly, this wasn't like a lot of people. Luckily, a lot of Nintendo fans are humble and are not like rioting in the streets about this. They understand that Nintendo is diving into something new and interesting. Not to mention that there's so much happening with Nintendo as of recent. The fact that they're working on a new strategy plan for the future obviously means that they're definitely looking at every game that they would be releasing, every kind of console they would be releasing. They would be working twice as hard on the games and twice as hard on marketing, and I'm sure that they've taken a lot of variables in hand, and they realize that, hey, maybe putting out a new Zelda game right away isn't exactly the best course of action right now. So, hey, we won't get Zelda for a year. That's fine. We can wait. Yeah, and that's the only delay, to be honest.
Well, besides Robotech, but
Robotech.
I have different categories in my brain. Let's just move on.
My brain works in strange ways.
My brain literally just switched links and names around.
I like bread. Wait, what are we talking about again?
Time for more video game news. This Mission Impossible movie, huh? What's that about?
Yeah. I don't like the DLC, the Scientology DLC.
Nope. Right back to it, huh? We're never escaping this. Before we move on, I want to ask you guys what you have. You guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the reveal trailer for the Zelda Wii U. What do you guys think of it?
I saw the gameplay. I didn't see the reveal. Or actually, no, I did see the reveal. But, the gameplay looked really open, and it's a huge map. Like, if you don't know, think Fallout 3.
It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, it's about the same size as about Fallout 3's map. Which it's huge.
Yeah, I think they said that it would be like the Wind Waker's open ocean, but even larger and with, various areas of the world.
And your horse can drive itself. We're living in the future now.
Is it a metal horse?
No. Ipana.
Like Red Dead?
It's still Ipunu.
Ipunu.
Epona.
Whatever, dumb
Get your
horse.
horse, Ipunu.
I think I really like this look. I really like the shells, what is it called? Cell shading. That's it. The cell shading look of the world. I mean, it's still beautiful and just, it looks fantastic, but I like how bright and vibrant the colors are, and I like the new look for Link. I think it's very interesting and very Hunter-esque, which I enjoy.
Didn't they use cell shading for Symphonia? I'm pretty sure
Symphonia?
that's when they started.
Symphonia?
Yeah. Tales of Symphonia.
Tales of Symphonia, yeah.
Oh. I say it different. Like,
wait.
Political.
Are you saying like cell shading in general in video games, or what are you talking about?
Video games.
No.
Vid games.
Cell shading has been around for a very long time in video games.
I don't remember what cell shading is, so I'm gonna shut up now.
I think the earliest cell shading that I could think of is Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, but that's a poopy bad game.
That's a good game. Shut up. You're just bad at it. No,
Also,
it's hard. It's hard.
I like to point out that Link's lips are not emphasized anymore. He has a normal face.
Thank fucking God. Okay. I will admit, some of the character design in Skyward Sword are very well put together. But for God's sakes, Skyward Sword looks like shit to me. Like, I don't know why people like it so much. Like, I like the design. I like the character designs for Zelda. I like them in a flat surface. I like the character design for Link. But Jesus God, like, when you see it in action, when you look at them, like, interacting, it just looks gross as hell. Skyward Sword is a terrible game. Okay, I'll repeat myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if people want to see why it's a terrible game, SD should put the link to Egoraptor's sequelitis.
Yeah, I will.
Religion of Zelda, just so people understand.
That pretty much sums up basically what I hated about Skyward Sword 2.
Yeah.
I will just say this. I think he says this in the game in his video too, but I'm not gonna. I know that I'm bashing on Skyward Sword very much, but I will say this: it's not that it's a bad game. It's just that it's a bad Zelda game.
Yeah.
It's a good game, but it's a bad Zelda game. But yeah, I like the new Zelda look. I think the open world thing looks amazing. You know, give them all the time they need. And let's move on to announcements. And, you know, moving from Nintendo to, well, Nintendo. Nintendo will focus.
Transition.
Nintendo will be focusing on games at E3. They will be focusing primarily on games. So, as you know, they've been announcing all kinds of things. The fact that there will be a new console called the Nintendo Next. The fact that they're working on mobile games. All of that, you know, will not be addressed in the Direct that they will have for E3. In fact, they've stated that they will only be focusing on the games to be released in 2015.
Which, in some ways, is a good thing, because when Nintendo pumps out consoles that are just like, oh, look, we got a new phone.
It just doesn't.
It's just like, okay, money, like.
This has continued to be a problem through like the years, and I think that the handheld is the perfect example of this. I mean, let's face it, the first Nintendo, like, there was variation after variation until we got to the Nintendo DSi, and that is where it ends. That's the epitome. It's the last and the epitome of DS. The Nintendo 3DS. Just recently, we just got the new Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
That, and I'm sure as hell, it's not gonna be the last. I'm sure Nintendo will pump out some interesting, something else out with like huge controls or something like that. I don't know. But the point is that Nintendo is never willing to pump out like the definitive version of what they want, and instead they're just shitting out these like here for the time being, this is it. But in 4 years, we're gonna have a better version of it, and then your old one will just be whatever.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's why I kind of sold my first 3DS, like the small one, because I knew the other one was coming out. I was just like, you know what? I'm Jolly Green Giant, and I look like a baby holding this thing. So I need the 3DS XL to actually, you know, not give me carpal tunnel in my hands.
Oh yeah.
Because I like.
Yeah, no, I had the original as well, and one game that I'd play was Kid Icarus Uprising. Mm-hmm. That hurts.
Yeah,
that really hurts.
And even Monster Hunter, because you're constantly like moving
around, dodging. Yeah. You're basically shooting your thumb back and forth from the circle pad, and you're also jumping up and down. You know, controlling both the circle pad and the D-pad to move the camera.
Yeah. But anyways, Nintendo E3 will only be video games at 2015 E3, which is okay. I'm hoping that they talk more about all the various games that has yet to be released. Maybe even announcing some that will be, because in 2015 we're going to be getting a new Star Fox game, so hopefully we'll be able to see that at E3. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we should let the Duchess read this next one.
Yeah. Okay. So, Tails is like 20 years old. That's like a year old. Oh, it's only a year older than me. Awesome. It's not super older than me.
This just in, Duchess is super old.
I already got called old by a little girl the other day. No.
She's got a point, oldie.
Yeah. Old.
Was your favorite singer back in the day Elvis, oldie?
No.
Okay then.
But anyways,
It was Ricky Ricardo.
back on topic.
Yeah. I'll let you Tales fans go at it. I don't know much about the Tales series. I played like
I know
3
lots of
games.
things,
I do
and
too.
then-
I love the Tales series. It's
Okay, then let the
Okay,
circle
say,
jerk begin.
say the title, Duchess. Do it. Do it for mankind.
The title on the list?
Alright, here. I'll say it, might as well. Bandai Namco says there will be massive surprises for Tales' 20th anniversary.
Bum bum ba-da.
Like, I can't even think of what a massive surprise would be. Like, every
Well,
time they come out with a new
This
game,
come
like,
in
It's
Tales, the live action movie. Are you
That would
excited?
suck.
Are you excited?
No.
But they
I'm not
Lloyd
excited.
in live action.
it might just be
No.
free DLC or maybe a new Tales game on like a 3DS or something like that. That's what
That's
they're
not
hoping
massive.
for.
That's stupid.
I think if anything, coming from a place of not coming from a person who hasn't played a Tales game, but more or less somebody who knows big announcements, multi-platforming, a multi-platform game, maybe with online capabilities or interesting kind of combat idea, or the Tales games are primarily RPGs. Am I right?
Well, yeah. Well, Tales
Yeah.
games were never really like. It was combat oriented, but it was never always about the combat. It was about the story and like getting involved with your characters.
Do you think maybe animated movie or animated series?
No, God, no.
Well, there's already a few of those, so
Yeah,
that's not much.
But with the new Tales of Zillia installments on the PS3,
Zillion?
Zillia,
Did you just say Zillion?
Zillia. I said
Thank you.
Zillia. God.
I'm gonna drink my Monster.
The first game you play as Jude, and you know he has his own like consciousness basically. Like you follow
you
the
could
story
play
of
as
him.
both Mila and Jude.
Yeah, you can play as both of them depending on which gender you want to be. But in the second game, Tales of Zillia 2, you get to play as I forget his name.
I can't
Is there
remember
like
his name.
I'm just gonna because he said like you play as Jude first. Like, is there like does that follow a story? Is it like Resident Evil
Yeah,
1
they-
where you
it's-
start as Jill, then you do Chris?
No.
No,
You
it's
choose
like,
one, and then you play next playthrough. You play as.
Then
a
I'm
girl.
gonna strangle
Sorry.
you.
This is where where you both are gonna kill each other over the thing you love. I'm just gonna be here as a
barely got
witness.
to talk. The one thing I can talk about, he's like, I know how to talk about that too. No offense,
The
TinyBatMan.
next one I'm gonna talk about the most. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Anyway, go.
Essentially, the Tales of Zillia one, it's like you can choose between Jude or Mila, and you play most of the game the same as you would at the other character, but there's parts like when they say, okay, you guys go defeat that evil guy, we're gonna go over here, so you just kind of follow them on that. Like, you know how sometimes there's two bosses and the story splits?
Yeah.
Instead of switching in between, kind of like, I know you wouldn't know that one, instead of going from Mila to Jude to Mila to Jude, you stay as Mila the whole way, and then eventually you guys meet up and you have no idea what Jude was doing, and so, like, if you want to find out, you pick Jude the next time you play.
Okay, so
It
yeah,
follows a
bas-
linear storyline, but there's different story elements for each character.
Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, Resident Evil.
So with Zillia 2, I searched his name. It's Luger. I feel dumb
Oh, yeah,
forgetting
Luger.
that, but with Luger, it's basically you. Like you choose his decisions. It's a decision-based game.
Because he's, like, pretty much mute, he hates talking.
You,
Uh,
the protagonist of Persona 4.
Yay!
I know. I just did a thumbs up to the air. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
with Luger, like you play the game as him. You do like simple decisions, like what kind of soup do you want, like tomato or like something else.
Tomato.
It's just like simple
It
decisions.
doesn't affect your ending, does it?
There's different endings because
No,
there's
wait,
the
it
one.
does. There is a good and bad
There's no
ending.
spoilers, but there's one part with Mila that you have to make a decision on in the middle of the game. Just no
So it's kind of like
spoilers.
two things put
Okay,
together.
okay. Let's set this down. Let's get back on topic and let's try to do this. All right. So, with the fact that this is a massive announcement coming up, exactly what do you think what the announcement is going to be, or what do you hope it's going to be? Let's start with TinyBatMan, and then we'll move on to you, Duchess.
Well, I already know what it is. But
What?
oh wait, is this on our list or is this just like a
No,
thing we're gonna talk
I'm
about?
asking you.
What?
Is it on? Wait, is in the link? Does it tell you what the massive announcement is?
No, I don't know.
Well then, no. I'm asking you what you think the announcement is, you weirdo.
Does it have to do with Attack on Titan?
No.
Okay, then I have no fucking idea.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying. I'm saying that since Bandai Namco has said that there will be a massive announcement for the Tales 20th anniversary, what do you think the massive announcement is going to be?
Okay.
You weirdo.
Well, I think I already stated my opinion on this. Like, I thought it was going to be like, because it's on the Nintendo website, I think it's going to be like a 3DS or Wii U game. It's not going to be on any other console. Because I think they just released a new game. Duchess has obviously played it.
Which one?
The new Tales of something game.
Zestiria? No, I haven't played it
but
yet.
there's Tales of Zestiria, which I haven't played yet. But,
It's not even out yet, is it?
it's out in Japan.
It's not even in English.
So, it usually releases a year early in Japan, so... But with the announcement, I have no idea, but I hope it's either like a cross-platform Nintendo 3DS or Wii U game, or because, like, you know, I have a 3DS and I can play that game, so... But, yeah.
TB dreams a dream that must be dreamt.
Yeah.
I would not play it on a handheld because, like, the Tales games are getting, like every time they blow me away with how amazing their CGI is, and I don't like looking at stuff like that on a handheld. I like to have it on my screen in HD.
Hey, if they were to make, like, Tales game on a 3DS, I would like kind of a old school JRPG kind of feel to it.
I think, if anything, Duchess, I think you should check out some of the cinematics for Fire Emblem Awakening, because a lot of people, I mean, I get you, like, if you want to see the full-blown, like, huge...
I just don't like looking at a tiny screen, that's all.
Okay. Because, like, TinyBatMan, you know what I mean, it's just, like, when you see reveals from monsters and Monster Hunters, like, it looks amazing.
Well, kinda. It's not pre-rendered, but it's still decent looking. It's not as good as Monster Hunter 3 because it's downgraded graphics on 3DS. But, I mean, it's still there. It's not pre-rendered. It's in the game. Like, this is happening, being rendered as you speak. So,
okay, well then I suggest both of you check out Fire Emblem Awakening. Because, then maybe you'll get it. Anyway, so TV thinks that the massive announcement will be probably a cross-platformed new Tales game for the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS. What about you, Duchess? What do you think, or what do you hoped is the massive announcement?
A Tales exclusive console.
okay, Duchess.
Just a console that plays
Jesus.
Okay. Also,
a live action, my stupid live action movie makes more sense than that.
I'd like to interrupt just for a second. That Curry has responded to me right just now, or
he's conscious now.
He is unsure
of what his sexuality. I don't.
His internet's down.
Oh,
so
he's not sure. How do you not know if it's on?
Well,
tell him.
Sorry, that was a long or lost in translation thing on my Facebook.
Can you send him a message telling him to restart his router?
Check your.
Because that's always fun.
Oh.
Ours takes forever to come back.
Duchess, I just noticed that your icon is Becky.
Becky?
Yeah, it's Becky from No Ring. That's an anime I just recently watched.
Oh, I just found it on, I think, Tumblr, and I thought it was funny because she looked like me.
Yeah, her name is Becky.
And she's saying boob morning.
Her name is Becky, she's 40 years old, and she's single, and she gets mad at young people.
Oh my god.
So she's exactly like you. You're 40, and you're uninteresting, and you have a really weird name. Okay, well, I don't know. I'm gonna do a shot in the dark. I'm not a huge Tales fan. I'm not these.
How you could be? You couldn't be. Oh my god.
These two people. It just passed me by. It's kind of like Dragon Quest. It really did just pass me by. If anything, I think that TB's idea probably makes more sense. And maybe not, like, maybe the phrasing is kind of taking us off, but I think massive, more or less, doesn't mean just one announcement. I'm sure maybe they have, like, thousands. Well, not thousands, but like countless things, like maybe a new animated series, a new Tales game for the Wii U and the 3DS, a new Tales game for the PS3 and the Xbox One, PS4 and the Xbox One, and maybe even possible that the fantastic music that Tales game has produced, maybe we can see one of those fantastic music games that was made for Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy put on the Nintendo 3DS.
What if it's another symphony? They had an orchestra before with Secret of Mana and I think it was Final Fantasy. Like it was an actual orchestral thing where the what do you call them? The people that made the music in Japan flew over to Germany and watched the orchestra.
The artists?
Well, I mean,
not artists, it's composer.
They do that all the time.
Whatever.
Like that wouldn't be that big of a deal.
It'd be so cool.
That's something that literally happens all the time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it does happen a lot often.
It happens way too often too.
Alright, let's scrap that then. I don't say anything.
Sorry. Okay, so to close off this Tales situation, I'm gonna ask you a very difficult question. Well, at least for you it is. For both of you. I'm going to start with you, Duchess. What is your favorite Tales game?
Tales of Symphonia.
Okay. Well, that wasn't that hard, was it?
No, I didn't.
Alright,
I love that
TinyBatMan. What is your favorite Tales game?
It's a toss-up between Tales of Xillia and Tales of Vesperia.
I haven't played that one yet. I still need to play it, and Abyss. Like, there's some that I haven't played that everyone has, and
Yeah.
My favorite is Final Fantasy 3 on the NES.
It's kind of got an equivalent to Tales, I guess.
No, okay. I'll choose.
Well, in the sense of like its series. It's just really long.
All right. I'll stop talking. Can you guys, if you could recommend, like, I know that you just said your favorites, what consoles or what handhelds are they on?
Mine,
what do you mean?
Tales of Vesperia is on Xbox 360, and then Tales of Xillia is on PS3.
Isn't it also on PS1 or something, or PS2?
No.
Because most Tales games are PlayStation games. Most.
No, Tales of Vesperia was Xbox exclusive.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I need that.
And then Tales of Xillia is PS3.
Lloyd.
Tales of Symphonia was GameCube, but they made a Chronicles, which is the first and second game put together for PS3, but the second game is for the Wii. So, yeah.
And Fire Emblem Awakening on the Nintendo 3DS. And you can also play Final Fantasy 3 on the Nintendo DS. It's really good. I honestly, if you like Tales game, you might like Final Fantasy and Fire Emblem. They're pretty much the same thing. The only difference is that Final Fantasy is more or less built around the world that doesn't exist and is built around religion and ideal, whereas Fire Emblem is more or less permadeath and is in a world of its own, and it's created by the concept of ideal. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, next, let's talk about AR. Everybody loves AR. Everybody uses the AR cards for the Nintendo 3DS. Am I right, guys?
I haven't yet, but I want to.
AR technology is all around us and is obviously used for various things. But we obviously forget that AR technology can be used for holograms and various visual things. Which, because of the fantastic people at Doka, has issued this artist to create a large 55-foot Titan in the middle of this small city in Japan, and using
question.
Yes.
Why aren't we using this for like movies?
Because that
It's
doesn't-
still very primitive.
Yeah, it's very primitive.
Okay, because I felt Avatar sort of aired on that side because, like, it had, like, I saw behind the scenes where it was the green room, but when you looked through the screen, you saw the foliage. So it was kind of there.
Well, more the AR technology, or at least the bit that they use, is actually a Miku Hatsune program, and you could
I saw.
they made like a pixel AR reader of Hatsune Miku and laid it down on the ground, and that basically just took a visual of it in the helicopter, and that's about it. Like it's very primitive, it's very basic, and the fact that they did it. I'm not gonna down them for doing it. I'm not gonna say that it'd be weird to see on in a movie or anything. But it is very interesting, and I do find it's kind of strange that a lot of the AR that, like, it kind of made me think of the fact that on the Nintendo 3DS, we get those standard AR cards, with them, and we get the mystery blocks. We can play various games with the AR technology. We can also take pictures with Mii's and with various Nintendo characters. And I would love to see more of those cards come out, because I would love to see various other Nintendo characters in fun AR games and stuff.
That's the thing, right? Like, a lot of AR stuff right now is just so primitive that it's just an AR card that sits on a table with you using a camera to look at it. There's no real interactivity with it that I know of, except for, like, maybe small mini games.
Yeah, on the 3DS, that's about it.
Yeah, so...
What were they doing in the thing with Miku? Looked like she was just on a book. It didn't look like she even had a card.
Well,
the AR
cards are different.
Yeah, the AR code, like, it reads it, and then the visual space around it is where it's projected. That's why the Titan was capable of dancing away from the AR card, because it pretty much, it's an open, that spacing is pretty much all taken over by the card. Like the character can move freely from the card, but the camera has to see that card in order to show the character.
Right.
That's basically it. AR, honestly, Duchess, you can just grab your DS and just, like, look at AR cards, and you'll see what I mean. Like, you can make the Mii's far away from the card, and basically that. But yeah, it was a simple little art project, and it was really well done, and it was funny as all hell. I think it was really interesting. And yeah, we got to see a cool Titan dance,
which is silly.
Super silly.
There isn't. What exactly is this AR? Like, I know what AR is, but, like, you don't need a specific thing, or is it just any kind of smart camera-looking thing?
It's a program. So what it does is it recognizes a shape or code or something, and then it projects an image.
Okay.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There's various programs that basically you can use to shoot from a certain camera, and then you would be able to see the AR card.
Yeah.
As soon as I get my hands on this, the world is coming to an end.
3DS has
the camera
it built in. Also, PS Vita does too, actually. But it's not as big as of a thing. Or, it's not a big thing yet because it's so primitive and it's so early on in development that everyone's just like, well, it's a cool thing, but what the hell do we do with it?
Yeah. In fact, it's very, like, it's not even used too often, which is insane. I think the thing that's mostly used now that pretty much, like, if there's anything to compare it to, it'd be holograms.
Yeah.
Like, we saw the Hatsune Miku in the video dancing. Well, you can see the hologram of Hatsune Miku in stage dancing and singing. So it's like, more or less, it's kind of like that, but in a cheap way. Yeah, so this was just really cool to talk to see. It was really interesting, and I suggest people watch the video showing how they did it and everything. It looks fantastic. I like the part in the video where he was basically saying that if you did this at home, if you were to do this, just remember that in Japan there's a law against flying a droid beyond a certain point.
A drone?
Did
Yeah.
they bypass it?
No, they didn't do it, but like he was warning people about it because I'm sure a lot of people will end up doing something like this, or at least something to this degree.
Yeah.
Because I know there's drone laws in Canada now because of airports and stuff.
Amazon drones coming in. Next, something fairly interesting that honestly
Me
I'm-
and SD are so happy about, but I can't go because I'm poor.
yes, Monster Hunter rides are coming to LA.
Actually, they're there.
LA Six Flags is taking has Monster Hunter rides in it. They have the Gore Malaga. What is
The
it? How do you
Gormagala
pronounce-
coaster.
Yeah, roller coaster. They also have a little stand area in which you can be. You can also buy various snacks near your little hut near it. So, Monster Hunter is a pretty big deal in Japan. It's one of the bigger attractions for the Universal Studio site. In fact, last year they pretty much the four biggest events came together for Universal Studios, which was if I remember correctly, it was the Resident Evil real life situation. There was the Evangelion, the Monster Hunter, and I can't remember what the last one is, but I think it was Silent Hill. But basically, Universal Studios has pretty much had countless roller coaster rides and various other attractions based on the Monster Hunter series. And finally, here in the U.S., we can finally get some. Seeing how the series is, beginning to get real popular here in the West.
That Gormagala figurine, that looks
Like-
spooky and cool, and
Yeah.
I want it. Duchess has no idea what the hell we're talking about.
No, I know I have Monster
Oh,
Hunter.
yeah, I
just
forgot.
don't know the
Shit.
monsters' names.
Oh.
That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you don't realize Gormagala, in his state is shown in the photo here, he looks a lot like Toothless. So,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I'll be playing the game, and I was like, Toothless, why you be so angry?
choose this while you spew black smudge everywhere.
Why you do this? I thought you were funny.
Toothlessy doctor.
But yeah, this roller coaster looks really fun. I'm not a big roller coaster fan, but I would definitely ride it just for the sheer fact of being on a Monster Hunter ride.
I just
I'm
want
on
to
a
buy
dragon.
Nullberry.
I'm on a dragon.
I want to take a picture near all the monsters. I want to buy I suggest anybody who's a big fan of Monster Hunter, or in fact anyone who's a big fan of cool shit, check out Universal Studios in Japan. They have a lot of various cool things, from Evangelion to Monster Hunter to Resident Evil to Silent Hill. It's fantastic. But I know that in the Monster Hunter Plays section of Universal Studios, they give you to drink. They give you this little pouch, this big pouch, that basically the pouch is in the shape of a potion,
Okay.
and it looks so cool. You could fill it with a drink, and basically you could drink out of the potion, and they give you this amazing stick of meat, and they just it's so well done. I honestly hope that Universal Studios here, or at least, well, I guess Six Flags will take Monster Hunter in and actually do something interesting or work off of that.
Mm-hmm.
I like the little huts that they have around. They actually looked
Yeah,
natural.
you can go in
but
there too.
What would be in there? Just
No,
the
it
stuff
just-
they keep in shop.
It would just be various things. You could take photos in them and everything.
And SD's gonna take pictures.
I would.
of every wall.
I would take pictures of every play. I love Monster Hunter. I love Monster Hunter 4 very much.
It's a fun game. I've sank a lot of hours into that game.
He's tearing up.
We'll go into this next. Anyway, but yeah, the Monster Hunter 4 stuff is coming to the West. Finally, some interesting stuff. I just hope that a lot of some of the cool stuff. It's so strange that Universal Studios in Japan has some of the most amazing attractions, whereas in America we are unable to get anything that interesting.
It's because it's a niche market, right?
Yeah, it's very much that. Like, it's strange that even here we weren't able to really get them like a Silent Hill sort of like attraction or a Resident Evil attraction here. I mean, in Japan, like they have the Resident Evil attraction where you use like this fake laser gun. You're running through a little city. In the Silent Hill attraction, you're going around in a scavenger hunt, if I believe so. Like it's so intricate and interesting, and it's like so fantastically well put together, and it's just fantastic. And it just sucks that here you go to Universal Studios or you go to any place, it's just the same thing over and over again. It's just nothing too interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's just me complaining at the fact that there's no Monster Hunter stuff here yet, or more cool stuff. I mean, have you guys seen the huge Attack on Titan, like Titans at the Universal Studios lot?
No.
Yeah, they have like huge statues of Titans. Oh, that was it. That was what I remember. It was Resident Evil, Attack on Titan, Evangelion, and Monster Hunter. There we go. Alright. Well, that's it for all of that. We're done with video game news. We're done with news in general. Last thing to talk about is recommendations. But before we get there, somebody just turned 4 years old. Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about me.
That's just you are 4. Go back to your
I'm
crib.
4D.
So yes, the Nintendo 3DS has been out for 4 years from the original.
It's been that long?
Yeah, I know. I was super surprised too. 4 years ago, I bought the black original 3DS. The first game I purchased on it was, if I remember correctly, Mario. Oh, yeah, no, you're right. It was Ocarina of Time, Street Fighter 4, and Mario Kart 7.
It's okay. When I got my 3DS, I got Ocarina of Time. I beat Ocarina of Time, and then I sold my 3DS.
I got Pokemon X. It was a pack, but I probably would have bought Pokemon X anyways if it wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't have many games for it,
The
actually.
Nintendo 3DS has been out for 4 years and has been giving us some fantastic games from various genres, from horror games, from the Resident Evil Revelation series, to platformers that have revolutionized the series in general, from Mario. Let's face facts here. It's pretty much been making a lot of fantastic games pop. The Monster Hunter series is thriving through 3DS. The Super Smash Bros. Game is just fantastic.
Oh yeah, I have that. I forgot. I love that game.
Pokemon has pretty much upgraded to the 3D format that it is now. The Nintendo 3DS has definitely changed a lot of the various old games that we've all come to love, but in the best ways. Nintendo 3DS is amazing. Before we end it all, and we go to recommendations, I just want to ask, what is one of your favorite Nintendo 3DS games? What 3DS game would you recommend to anybody who hasn't played any kind of Nintendo 3DS game? What would you say is the first Nintendo 3DS game that anybody would get?
Smash.
Ocarina of Time or
I think
any
that's
Legend of
one
Zelda.
the games.
It's a gateway.
True. For me, I would say, strange enough, I don't know why I'm thinking this, but Resident Evil Mercenaries 3DS.
The first thing that came to my mind.
It's because it was one of the first games that I actually felt like Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Times obviously is a game that you have to like ease yourself into. It's a full like thing. Smash is a pick up and play kind of game, which is basically what I'm trying to get at is to like the Nintendo 3DS is a handheld, so you want to be able to take it on the go and play any game you want immediately. You want to spend 5 minutes, 3 minutes on the game, then there you go. Resident Evil The Mercenaries on the 3DS is a pick up and play kind of game. You just start a quest and you start killing zombies immediately, and you basically choose how long you want to be in the game. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
So yeah, thank you Nintendo 3DS for bringing the light in the darkness.
At the same time.
Yeah. No, I mean bringing the light in the darkness.
Oh.
Duchess is very lost.
Because of your grammar.
Everyone's grammar bad. Okay.
All right.
So let's move on to recommendations. Yep.
My list only goes to 3DS is 4 years
Yeah,
old.
well, we just, at the end of every video, we give a recommendation, like a movie
I'm sorry, I forgot about
a
that.
game.
Yes, we give at least one movie to watch and one game to play, and to give.
Does it have to be like recent?
No. It can be whatever you want. Like it's just a recommendation, you know. Like.
Oh, okay.
So, for example, TB, what's your recommendation this week?
Well, I only watched one movie again this week, but it was damn good. End of Watch with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Oh my god, that's a great movie.
Oh, it's such a good movie. I won't spoil anything, but it's basically Cops the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very well done in the sense that it's it probably didn't cost a lot to make, like, and it's very true to life. It doesn't take a lot of elements outside of just being a cop. So, and it's got drama in it too. Don't worry, it made me cry at one point. Whatevs. But yeah, that's my movie recommendation. Is End of Watch. For games, I just started playing Alien Isolation. I don't know if
That sounds
The
familiar.
apology for aliens, colonial marines.
yeah, and it seems to be very good at the start. Like, I've only played about the first half hour or so.
Yeah.
It's,
Wait another hour until you get to the alien.
Oh, I saw the alien. He wasn't an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's a good game.
it seems like it could be better.
It follows the Alien 1
Yeah.
like traditional. Like it's not like multiple aliens, it's one and basically your wits and that's it.
Yeah. The mechanics could be a lot better, but it's still a fun game and I'm gonna play it tonight, so. Anyways, that's just on the way to you.
My recommendation is for movie, because it's my one of my top favorites is probably... Oh wait, I have another favorite, but I can't remember what it is right now, but my most favorite movie, Appleseed Ex Machina, is probably my favorite movie
Yeah.
of all time. So, that one, because it doesn't, as me and TinyBatMan have found out, absolutely nothing in Appleseed, if it's outside a movie, has any continuity.
Yeah, it's really fucking weird.
But if you just want a really cool kind of action story, and it's actually really amazing because it had John Woo direct the action scenes, and its CGI is pretty good for a CGI movie. I'd suggest that one because I love the action in that movie. It was probably my favorite action movie. And for games, is probably Harvest Moon, A Wonderful Life for GameCube, because if you just want to just kind of lay back and just
Farm.
cruise around. I like to make my own lists when I play that game. I'm gonna go feed my cows, I'm gonna go feed the chickens, gonna go let them all out and run around, and then I'm gonna go find all the flowers in the game and sell them.
Then get married,
Get
and
married.
then gonna have a kid, and then that kid's gonna run away and come back later and shoot us.
I've never been able to make it past my kid moving out because Shale, shut up.
Cat.
I think I got to the part where me and my wife looked like we had gray hair, and then my sister saved it over top of my game. I was so mad, and I've never gotten to that point again.
Okay. I don't know if you guys know this, but in that game, you can actually divorce your wife.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, and it's
I
really
know
sad.
that one. Isn't it if she gets upset, you don't
Well,
keep her happy?
you basically, what happens is she comes up, she's like, "What? Look at what your son made," and you just have to be a total dickbag to her the entire time. You have to answer all the wrong answers, and then you get a game over, basically. It's really funny.
I love it though. Like, even though like you, the thing that always got me is like you go up to things and it looks extremely pixelated, but there's something about it that's just so warm and humble, and like you feel good playing the game. Like it's just.
I love Harvest Moon.
I
It's
love
one of
it
my
so
favorite
much.
series.
I got Tree of Tranquility for I think Christmas 2 years ago because I played it at a friend's house and I'm like, oh, it's so cool, and then my family got it for me and I felt bad because I played it once and I got lost in the town because it was so big. I don't think I grew anything. I don't think I fed any of my animals. I just couldn't play that game. So GameCube, like anything from GameCube and earlier is good for Harvest Moon, but anything after that you're probably gonna be like, what the heck is this?
I don't know that.
But yeah, that's my recommendation. I'm sorry, that was really long.
It's okay. I guess mine. For is everywhere in this.
SC also recommends Harvest Moon.
For films. I recommend. I'm gonna go.
Appleseed.
Did you say pussy?
I said Appleseed.
Okay. I don't know why. Like I just saw out of the blue. It was such a deep voice. I was scared.
Wait, you were scared of me?
No, I was scared of what she said. I thought she said like an obscenity. Not an obscenity. Oh, whatever. Whatever. My recommendation for film has to be Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. Enemy is a fantastic thriller that actually keeps you on edge throughout. It's the fear of somebody taking over your life, and it's the obsession with the world. There's a deeper meaning within the film that I think a lot of people will probably be able to figure out on their own, or will have to look up. But it's a very interesting film, very well done. The tone, the attitude. Yes, this film just filled with attitude and fantastic direction. And I'm just gonna say this: there's some really creepy things in this film, and you never know whether or not they're real or not. It's a very all over the place film, but it's a fantastic one, and that's my recommendation for film. Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah.
And really Jake heavy this week, huh? And for video games, since I've started playing it again, and I've pretty much become obsessed again with it. Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate from Nintendo 3DS is a fantastic game.
Of course.
I think it's a must-get game from the Nintendo 3DS. It's just filled with the brim with so many fantastic things, and it's definitely a level up from Monster Hunter 3. The online is fantastic. Added addition to it all, and I'm so happy they got rid of swimming. I hate swimming in Monster Hunter 3.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Is there no like water anywhere
No,
for that to happen?
no. There's no more water. You fight on land, and they kind of
Thank God.
they took out the swimming, but added this amazing mechanic, which is the ability to climb and mount monsters.
Mounting.
Is it land
I'm Mount
swimming?
Master 2015. So.
Dude, I love mounting those monsters.
Wait, what weapon do you use in Monster Hunter?
I use both the Charge Blade, and I also use the Dual Blades.
I use Insect Glaive. That's my jam.
Axes are my life.
Well, because with Insect Glaive you can just hop into the air, and that's why I'm Mount Master, because I can just mount anything from anywhere.
I just climb all the time. I'm just climbing. I'm always on the walls. Just a fly. But yeah, that's it for the podcast, you guys. Thank you for listening to us go ramble on about basically everything. This whole podcast has just
My bad.
basically just been us completely neglecting the news.
Yeah. Oh, and Curry says hi.
Oh yeah, poor Curry. It's dead.
Yeah, put a little like
I have
rest
to-
in peace
I-
Curry thing at the
Yeah,
end.
I gotta edit more crap. Son of a bitch.
Oops.
It's okay.
But yeah, thanks for listening to the podcast. Come back next week. And again, thank you to our guest, MoonDreamOfA. If you want to see more of her, we will have her channel in the description below.
Yes.
No podcast though. I don't podcast.
No.
No, I never podcast. That's stupid.
I do stupid things.
Yeah, I know you do.
Follow my channel. I do stupid things. I yell like Kaiba, like no tomorrow.
Yeah. Just a little teaser.
Just a taser. Sounds something like Mewtwo.
I would love it if like the description for your channel was sort of like an intelligent like analysis of your comedies. Like, Duchess produces a sort of comedy that both asks the question and answers, "Why are we in this world?" It like goes deep
Why
into
is
thought.
she
The
here?
anapodic, the idealistic integrities of the interesting, like, factoids that we follow as life progresses. Like, these are the questions
Back in the
that
1920s.
Duchess follows. Comedies, but the sense of tragedy mirrored with laughter. Like,
Okay.
this is a
It all started when a lord was born in Scotland.
Oh god. Okay.
All right. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
I'm gonna drink until I die.
Yay. Alcoholism.